It was a morning in Kabul that most Afghans cannot forget. In late November, the capital was attacked using dozens of rockets. For Naweed, his wife, and 3 children, it was too much.
My
wife grabbed one child and I grabbed another. I forgot my daughter under the blanket. I was out in the corridor and it was very bad. Rockets were flying everywhere. My children are traumatized, and when someone closes the door hard, they get scared. They think that rockets are fired. They run out of the room and go downstairs. We're living on the top floor, and God forbid if a rocket hits this place. We also put plastic on our windows to keep ourselves safe if there's an explosion.
Naweed works in Afghanistan repairing air conditioners. That morning, he decided to leave Afghanistan. He's taking his family across the hazardous Iranian border, where he says thousands more are waiting to cross illegally and move further west. With most of his relatives already out of the country, he says he's forced to do the same.
I prefer to die crossing the border, but not here. To be killed like this, here you don't know if you lose a hand, an eye, or a foot. I also fear that my kids will starve after my death. But by leaving, we know that we're at least going in a direction, and we have hope. As they say, if there is hope, there is life.
Despite the coronavirus pandemic, business is still booming for agencies assisting those who can afford to legally apply for a visa to another country. An Afghan passport is viewed poorly in many countries, and foreign embassies have strict rules on issuing visas for Afghans. For many, the United States visa lottery is their only chance to reach the West. Applications from Afghanistan for the U.S. lottery almost doubled in 2020, reaching more than 120,000.
If someone's family members or relatives go to another country and they see all that comfort and peace and their children in peace, they call the rest of their families and encourage them to leave. When they come here for the first, second, and third time, they definitely decide to migrate.
The rising insecurity has forced many to close their businesses or move them to another country. Poverty and crime are rising, and when night falls, fear reigns in the Afghan capital. This is what Kabul looks like at 7:30 at night, with not much electricity in many parts, with most of the stores closed and few people outside other than Afghan security personnel. A recent wave of targeted assassinations and threats is also forcing many of Afghanistan's most educated people to leave. And peace talks between the government and the Taliban in Doha have stalled.
After they started the negotiations, the violence has increased. If we have hope, why should we leave our country? Why should we accept the risk of this journey? I kiss my children in the morning and they ask me to bring something for them after work, but I tell them, let's go now and buy that for you now, because I don't know if I will be coming back.
And so Naweed and his family are joining the thousands to cross these mountains and look for peace in what they hope will be their final destination, Europe. Filio, Kontrafouri, Al Jazeera, Kabul.